question is, does snow change your mood?
I'd say yes to that, because it does change you.
In what way?
I don't know, you feel more happier. I don't know.
Do you think it's because it looks nice?
Yes, it looks lovely.
Sounds nice?
Yes, all of those things. The kids absolutely love it. My kids have grown up now, but they're still mad on the snow. Everything about snow. Well, it don't come that much, does it? So why not enjoy it while it's here?
Oh, they're happy in Narberth, aren't they? And Peter, you've been giggling all morning. You love the snow, don't you?
Oh, absolutely, especially at 3:30 in the morning, standing round on the side of the pavement saying, how am I going to get out of here? Absolutely adore it. Yes.
Yeah, mind you giggle most days, don't you, really?
I do.
Alex Gardner is with us now, chartered psychologist and psychotherapist, and Father Jason Bray, who's the vicar of Blaenavon. Morning to both of you.
Hi, morning.
Father Bray, how are things in Blaenavon this morning?
Well, it's bright and sunny here. We've still got about a foot of snow in places, left over from last week and the snow we had a couple of days ago. But it's actually it's a lot warmer than I thought it was going to be this morning.
Are you referring to the community spirit there? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, well, Blaenavon's famous for its community spirit anyway. But you can just sort of see the community sort of pulling together just that little bit more during the snow. You know, people are watching out for each other and. Actually, the snow is a great leveller. When people are sort of, walking up and down the road, everyone says hello. And of course, a lot of people can't get their cars out, so everyone's walking. So it's sort of, it's, there's a sort of, a bit of a holiday mood. But, people are sort of, a bit more relaxed, stopping and talking in the street, that sort of thing. It is bringing people together.
Alex Gardner, this type of community spirit, what is going on? Are we just all united because we're joined by this common challenge, the snow? So we've all got this thing to talk about.
That sounds very grand, Bethan. I think really, to simplify it down, I think scratch the skin of our sophisticated urban living and we find the same primitive savage that we always were. I call it cavemen in city suits. But I think what's happening is that the cavemen survived essentially because they had a tribal spirit. They had to work together. They had to cooperate. So where now the guy who cuts you up on the roundabout and on the roads is now seeing you stuck and gets out, and with all the goodwill in the world, he gets out to help you. So he cooperates. So the tribal issues of belonging, sharing, cooperating becomes a primitive behaviour. It might well be there, but for the grace of God go I. But I think it also produces aspects of kindness, compassion, social support, and I think it does bring people together. And I think Jason's right. Snow is a great leveller. We are all hit by it just the same way. The real secret is, how do we view the situation? Because we can choose to be grumpy or we can choose to be happy.
Yeah, and it could be floods, it could be a heat wave, it just could be anything that brings us together, Father Jason Bray.
Yeah, yes, you're right there. It's actually, we don't get very many floods and heat waves up here in Blaenavon.
Uniquely positioned to avoid flooding, Blaenavon, really.
Indeed, yeah, sort of over 1,000 feet up, if we flood, you've got problems down there in Cardiff.
And this is presumably what you preach from the pulpit every Sunday, Father Bray, love thy neighbour and all this. Is it all going to melt away with the snow?
No, actually, not here. Blaenavon's, as I said, it's a great place, and there's always this very strong sense of community anyway. But there are people that you see when it snows that, you don't see at any other time, and they feel part of the community as well. And, perhaps it'll, spread a bit of goodwill around, spread a bit of, community spirit, yeah.
Yeah.
But Bethan, the worst is still to come.
Is it?
Well, we're on -10 at the moment.
Yeah. The lower it goes, though, the happier we get, isn't it?
I live near Loch Lomond, and the river's frozen. The salmon are sending up periscopes to see when it will stop. but to be serious for a moment, I mean, there's two things I want to say. There's all the unsung heroes, the doctors, the nurses, the firemen, even the milkmen, the bakers, struggling out their bed, even radio presenters, struggling out their bed to deliver a service. But the point is, once the thaw comes, I don't care how high up Jason lives, There's going to be such a thaw, we're going to have to build an ark.
We'll all jump in. Hey, thanks both very much. Time is running out, but thank you for your happy thoughts this morning, Alex Gardner and Father Jason Bray.
We'd just like to put it on the record that we leap out of bed because it is a privilege to be behind the microphone, isn't it, Benny?
Certainly, especially at 5 a.m, isn't it?
5, that's late.
Well, I come in at 5. A lot more sunshine around today in comparison to yesterday. There is a severe weather warning.